Dating a single mom is hard. She'll cancel dates, short text, and not reply. She has no time to put you first. A woman who puts her child before you should make you respect her more. Be patient with her. Take her out. She's not flaking. Childcare costs more than the date you take her on. It's not about money. Spoil her with time. Show her you appreciate all the sacrifices she makes for her child with no help. Be her consistency, and eventually she'll be your everything.
If dating a single mom is hard, why date them at all? Why even waste your time? Why even put any effort towards them? Why not just date a woman who doesn't have kids? Why are you even bothering to even think about dating a single mom? Okay? And you have to ask yourself, am I lacking that much game? Am I that desperate that I need to settle for a woman who has children out of wedlock? A woman who has screwed up her life? A woman who has screwed up her child's life? Because statistically, that child is screwed, right? Look at the statistics from that US Census Bureau, that government that these single moms love. And you have to ask yourself, was this a good idea? But it always is kind of comical to me when I see guys like this, and many guys like him, just become enablers for single moms, like be cheerleaders for single moms out there. It's like, why do you even have energy to like whip out the pom-poms and cheerlead for these single moms when you should be out there on your grind? You should be out there on your path and purpose. You should be out there learning some game, learning some pickup, so you don't have to settle for single moms. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. But it's hilarious to me how these guys talk about, oh, single moms, they have it so hard. Oh, the world's against them. They have to go to work. They have to get a babysitter just so she could go out with you. It's like as if she's doing you the favor. No, son, you're doing her the favor. Right? You're doing her the favor. And really, at the end of the day, you're just being an idiot, right? Because you shouldn't date a single mom. You just shouldn't. There's no reason to. Right? Even if you're a single dad, you don't need to settle for a single mom, because I've had single fathers follow my work, follow my channel, follow my content, and they'll be like, hey, Em, do I need to settle for a single mom? And I'm like, no, because there's not really a stigma when it comes to women dating guys with kids, right? There's not that stigma there. I've found a lot of women, even hot women, will date a guy if he has a kid. They don't care. The only people who care really are guys, right? And obviously, like especially red pill guys, guys who are informed, guys who are educated on this stuff, guys who know better, guys with options, they're not going to date a single mom. It's generally these guys who are still very much in the dark, right? They haven't learned any of this stuff. They don't know any better. They haven't bothered to research this stuff. They haven't bothered to find channels like this, 33 Secrets. So they're out there propagating and dating single moms. They're out there trying to encourage you to date a single mom, which is scary, okay? That's scary because all you're doing is you're encouraging this bad behavior in society. You're encouraging other men to go out there and also date single mothers, pick up low-hanging fruit. These are the easiest women to date, guys, and you know it. I've said this a number of times. You go on any dating site, most of these dating sites are littered with single mothers. These are the easiest chicks on the planet to date. Okay? Because they know they've got a kid at home. They know they don't have a whole lot of options. And when you come along, and if you're willing to accept them, they will accept you. Is it worth it? Is the juice worth the squeeze? Absolutely not. Okay? Absolutely not. Because she's already proven that she will have the kid out of wedlock, which tells you she will do it again. Right? A lot of these single moms will be like, nope, one and done, no more. And the next thing you know, you get her pregnant. She'll be like, okay, one more. And then you'll be like my ex, 2 kids from 2 different fathers. So glad I got out of that. Right? And then you'll find yourself in a situation where you're paying not only your kid, but you're paying for the other kid. Okay? And even if you don't have kids with her, you'll end up paying for her kid because you need to check the laws in your own state, but most laws in these states, especially these days, right? especially these days. They've been taken over by lobbyists, feminists, all of these female politicians to make sure that you pay if you date a single mom. If you're there and you're taking care of that kid and he identifies you as his father, or you like paid for his baseball uniform or something, she could put you on the hook for being his dad. Right? And all that hard work you put in your life to do the right thing, bust your ass to work up the ladder in your job, to get promotions, to make more money, to buy that new car. No, all that's gone now. It's going to go to little Joey and this single mom that you settled for when you didn't need to. Okay? You didn't need to do it. You didn't need to do it. So yeah, it's scary when I see guys like this who are clearly uninformed and clearly ignorant make videos like that and encourage other men to date single moms and to be patient, and oh, she's really working hard and she has to do all this stuff and take care of her kid just so she could see you. It's like, don't do me any favors. Don't. Okay? Because a single woman who doesn't have kids, she doesn't need to do any of that shit. She just gets off work, she comes to see you, and there's no like, oh, you know what I went through just to go on this date with you? No, there's none of that. It's like, hey, I got ready just like you did, girl. I had a full day just like you did. You're not any special. You're not any different than I am. So stop acting like I need to like treat you like you're better than me because you have a kid. Because you made this piss poor decision in life to have sex with some alpha Chad who banged and clanged, who, you know, ejaculated and evacuated and took off on you. And now you're going to sit here and act like you're doing me a favor? Get out of here. What planet you living on? So it's always hilarious, guys, but drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of this guy's little video here about dating single moms, and drop your comments in regards to what I had to say, my retort, and anything you would like to share. I'd love to read your comments as well. With that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to destroy that like button below. I want you to destroy it, guys. Please destroy that like button for me. Do it for the DeLorean. Do it for Cash and Gizmo. Just destroy that like button. Do it now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, especially because they don't like me doing coaching videos like this. They don't want to promote me anymore. So I need you guys to help me out. And the way you can help me out is by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. So hit that subscribe button right now so you could get more free, high-value content from me at no cost just by being a subscriber of the 33 Secrets. And for you guys who want to support my work and all this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you on the YouTube even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the hottest, youngest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we are making this happen every single week, regardless of what racial division is going on in the world, kind of virus is going on in the world. It doesn't matter. We are continuing to live our lives and making things happen 24/7, 365 days a year, all around the world, in all 4 corners of the world. And I want you to join my tribe. I want you to join our crew. I want you to become one of us. And the way you do that is by jumping into 7 Months of Mastery. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of mastery coaching lessons from me. And all you need to do to get signed up is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Say goodnight to the DeLorean. Good night, DeLorean. Good night, stainless steel. Back to the future dream. Good night. Good night.
There is a very strong possibility that I've met the man of my dreams and told him to fuck off. There is a very strong possibility that I've met the man of my dreams and told him to fuck off.
First off, I am going to agree with her that, yes, she likely did meet the man of her dreams at some point in her life. You guys know when that happened, right? Happened back in her 20s when she was at the peak of her sexual marketplace value. And yes, she did tell him to F off. As a matter of fact, she didn't have just one of these guys come along, right? Who could have been the man of her dreams. She didn't have 2 of them, 3 of them. She had dozens of these guys. Let's not kid ourselves here, right? This chick had dozens of these guys back in her youth that came along and offered her the world, offered to take care of her, offered to give her shelter, free housing, free car, free food. You don't have to do a thing, girl. All you have to do is be with me. Okay? And I will take care of everything. She had tons of these high-value guys back in her youth just offering her the world, like any attractive young woman. And, I mean, I'll admit, this chick, even as an older woman, she's still attractive. So imagine how much better she looked even just 10 years ago, right? Just 10 years ago, she was like, you know, the cat's meow back then. She had just a number of these guys coming along, right? Probably every week or every month, just offering to give her the world. And like most young women, she pissed it away. She did not value these guys, right? She did not appreciate these guys. Instead, she took advantage of these guys. She used them for free attention. Might have had sex with a couple of them, might have dated a few of them short term, and then she discarded them. Why? Because like most modern young women today, they think that the party is never going to end. They think there's always going to be another bus that comes along, another train that comes along. So, don't need to stay on this one. I'll just catch the next. Right? And it gets to the point where they become so entitled in their youth, right? In their prime. These girls become so entitled that they take things for granted, right? Not only do they take the men for granted, but they even take their own youth and fertility for granted. They just assume that it's never going to expire. They assume that the attention is never going to stop. You know, it's very much like being, you know, like an up-and-coming musician or rapper or up-and-coming professional athlete, right? You have all of these people who want your attention. All these people are throwing you, you know, globs of money, endorsement deals, contracts, and you just have it coming from everywhere. And it gets to the point where you start to buy into your own hype, right? And this is why it's really not good to experience success when you're too young, right? When you're too young to handle it, because you tend to have this false belief that you are bulletproof and that you can do no wrong and that life is never going to throw you a curveball. Why? Because things are going good. So you just assume things are going to continue going good. And that's just not how life works, right? But unfortunately, you don't learn this lesson until you get older, right? You get older and then you realize, shit, life does not work that way. And, you know, thankfully for me, I didn't experience success early. I experienced success later in life. I mean, back when I was in my 20s, I was getting in a lot of trouble. I was getting arrested. Cops were parking outside my parents' house, you know, looking for me. I was constantly just, you know, doing dumb things, right? And then it wasn't until I started to hit my 30s that I started to clean up my act, because I'm like, hey, man, I'm getting kind of old, right? I started cleaning up my act, and I started to just put just all of that, like, energy and focus towards just becoming something bigger, right? Just doing the right thing and being responsible and becoming a man and, you know, just killing the boy inside of me. What have I told you guys? You know, you cannot become a man until you kill the boy inside of you. Either way, regardless, when you are young and you have the world at your feet, it's very easy to get caught up in that type of reality where you think that this is just going to go on and on and on and it's never going to end, you know? And unfortunately, it does end, right? And usually it ends badly. It doesn't end good, right? You see people who achieve success very early in life when they were young and they didn't know how to handle it, right? What happens to those people? They end up going broke, right? They end up going broke. Look at a lot of these professional athletes who had these just gigantic multi-million-dollar contracts and deals and endorsements, right? When they were fresh out of college. And then fast forward later in their career when they got, when they get older, when they get replaced by younger players and nobody wants them anymore, the contracts aren't coming in, they retire. What happens? That money goes, right? The money goes because they never change their spending habits, right? The money just goes. Or you see these rappers or these musicians who are like one-hit wonders. They have like one song, one album, and then, that makes them big, and then they try to build a career off that, and then they can't. And the more time that goes by, the more frustration sets in. Like, I'm not making the same kind of money I was before. People are not believing in me like they used to. These contracts, these endorsement deals aren't coming around anymore. And then you start to panic, because you don't know how to handle it. You don't know how to handle it. And you just, you look back on your life and you're like, shit, I really took all that for granted. And then you have this rude awakening where you're like, man, this sucks, right? This sucks. So for this young lady, well, she's not a young lady. For this older woman, don't feel bad for her, right? A lot of beta orbiters will watch her video, and I guarantee the comments on that video alone, right? The comments on that video alone where she was like, oh, I probably told a guy before to F off. I met my forever man, but I told him to F off. There are probably a lot of orbiters in her comments going, oh, it's okay, girl. We all make mistakes, but here I am, as if she's going to choose one of those guys. It's like, dude, no, right? No. These chicks who talk like that, what they want is they want their fame back, right? They want their celebrity back. They want that same level of attention that they used to get from men, mostly high-value men. Okay, they want that back when they hit their 30s. But you know what? As I've said over and over, and I warn the younger girls who follow my channel, don't blow your 20s. It only happens once, right? Do not blow it. You're only going to be young and hot once in your life. And that's going to end. Right? That's in your 20s. That's your prime time to take advantage of it. No different than a professional athlete, right? Or a musician or, celebrity. Usually you hit when you're in your 20s, right? You will usually hit when you're in your 20s. And you know what? When you hit, you need to take advantage of it. You need to just pile up that money. You need to learn how to invest it. You need to learn how to be responsible. You need to come to the realization that it's going to end one day. You're not going to have right? You're not going to have this level of fame and celebrity that you do now. So you need to take advantage of it and don't piss it away. Don't take it for granted. Be thankful for it, that you have it, and do the right thing. Okay, that way when you're in your 30s and you're with your high-value man and you're settled down, maybe you have a family, maybe you have a couple of kids together, and you're living in a great neighborhood with him, a nice gated neighborhood with him where you feel safe, you feel secure. He's got a great job, or he's got a great business or a great career. You're financially, you guys are good. You won't be like scratching your head like a lot of modern women today going, what happened? What happened? Where have all the good men gone? Oh, men suck. Feminism's right. Men suck. It's like, no, men don't suck. You suck, right? You suck. You made bad decisions in your 20s. You chose to follow the narrative of chasing your career or riding the carousel. I got to pump up my body count, all this other stuff. And then one day you wake up and you're in your 30s and it's all over, right? It's all over. The crowds aren't cheering for you anymore. The endorsement deals have stopped. Nobody wants you to play for their team anymore. It's over, right? It's over. And it's a very harrowing experience. I've seen it happen way too many times. I mean, I've been out there doing pickup and game for the last 3 decades. I remember the girls in the, even as far back as the 90s that I approached back then that were like in their late teens, early 20s. And, You know what? Very few of them were smart enough to cash it in. I mean, some did, right? I applaud them. Some did. And they're still married to this day, which is funny. And I applaud them for that. Whereas the majority did not. They thought they could stay out there and keep clubbing and keep going out, or have these boyfriends on the side who will put up with them going and partying and running off with their girlfriends on these girls' trips and all this stuff. And you know what? Fast forward 2-3 decades later, these chicks are still single. Still single, no man. Can't lock down. Yeah, they could barely even lock down a beta orbiter who's decent looking with a good job. I mean, they're just trying to get what they can. Trying to get what they can, because now they're in their late 30s, 40s, and they're just trying to get what they can. A lot of them became single moms, right? Not only have they ruined their life, but they ruined the life of that child, right? So now they're just trying to get whatever they can. And you know how the old expression goes. Beggars can't be choosers, okay? Beggars can't be choosers. When you're in your prime and you're at the peak and the height of your SMV, your sexual marketplace value, that is the time. Okay, that is the time to take full advantage and find and do what you need to do, because that's when you have the most power as a female. As a man, you know, fortunately we have more time, right? We have more time. I mean, I'm living proof of that. I pissed away my 20s getting in trouble and doing dumb stuff and just kind of, you know, it's like all a big blur now, right? And I picked up the pieces in my 30s. You could do that as a man. And you know what? Most men do, because we mature later in life. We don't mature until later in life. So we can pick up the pieces. But this is why it goes back to the old saying that I've taught you guys, is that for a woman, dating is not designed to work in your favor after the age of 30. Okay? Dating is not designed to work in your favor after the age of 30. You know whose favor it's designed to work in? Men. Okay, after the age of 30, dating works in your favor, guys. But when you're in your 20s, guess what? Dating really won't work in your favor. Why? Because your peers, the girls who are your age, can get the high-value guys with money, with jobs, with careers, with life experience. Right? They don't want to date some little boy. I mean, not all of them, but, you know, I mean, some will, and those are usually the lower-tier girls. But the girls who are, like, super hot, they know their value, they know their worth, those girls, they're not going to settle for a guy their own age. I mean, I've dated a number of girls in their 20s where I asked them, like, how come you don't date guys your age? They're like, ugh, so immature, playing Xbox all day. They have no life. No, you know, they don't even know what they want to do with themselves, you know, and it's like, that's a huge turnoff for these girls. So understand, dating is not designed to work for women after the age of 30. And this is why you got to cash in your chips before you turn 30. Otherwise, you end up like this chick out there on TikTok, of all places. I mean, TikTok is for kids, in my opinion. I'm like, what is this chick doing on TikTok? She's already in her 30s. TikTok are for like teenagers, right? I don't even like using TikTok. I don't even have an account on TikTok. I have no plans on using it. Just use it to review a lot of these vids that we've been uploading lately. But I don't spend any time on TikTok outside of that. I just have no desire. And to me, it looks like a big, like middle school. It's like middle school online. So the fact that this chick's in her 30s and she's, you know, complaining on TikTok, I mean, that should tell you right there. You know, this chick, A, she needs to grow up, and B, she needs to deal with the fact that she didn't cash in her chips early enough, and that dating is not designed to work in your favor after the age of 30. And that is why you want to take advantage when you're still young and hot. And with that said, drop your comments below, guys. Let me know what you think about her little rant tonight, as well as my own, and these women out there who are becoming what we call leftover women, right? She's one of them. She's become one of these leftover women. And we're seeing more and more of that in society. More and more of these leftover women just getting left behind because they did not close the deal when they should have. When they had that negotiating power, when they had leverage, right? They did not close the deal. Why do you think athletes always try to get the most money they can in the first few years of their professional sports career? Because that's when they're performing their best. That's when they're the youngest, the strongest. That is when, you know, they have the world at their fingertips. They can't be pulling that off in their 30s, right? In their 30s, I mean, unless you're like a Tom Brady or something. I mean, even look at Tom Brady. They traded his ass away. Still don't believe him. The guy just won a Super Bowl at, what, 44 years old? And they still, like, people are still doubting him. I mean, it just... This is why you got to take advantage when you're young. Right? But again, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video and her rant as well as mine. Love to see you guys in my comments. I love to read them. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Go ahead and smash that like button below. Do it now. Also, hit the notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you guys subscribe, so please make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. And for all you guys who want to support my work and all of this incredible, amazing red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, baby. The hottest women on the planet. Okay, I teach you how to do that in 7 Months of Mastery. And you know what? I have tons, thousands upon thousands of successful students now all around the world. Okay, a lot of these guys often drop comments in my comment section talking about how they're in my program, they've met their dream girl, they've met their future wife. I've had a number of students who've been through my 7 Months of Mastery program already met their wife thanks to my teachings, right? They met a high value, high caliber, hot wife, right? Way above what they were able to get previously before they jumped into my program, 7 Months of Mastery. They were able to get a girl who was much, much more attractive, much hotter, and much higher value thanks to my teachings. And you know what? I want you to become one of them. Even if you don't plan on getting married, find yourself a cool chick, a high value chick, not one of these like low value, like DG single moms or, you know, women who are passive prime or damaged goods or anything like that. I want to teach you how to go out there and get high value women, just like my students are all around the world. You can become one of us. And all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds and it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So it's only $1 for the entire first month of high value coaching lessons from me. So take advantage of it. And it's the best way to support my work, guys. And thank you very much if you do. I appreciate it. Thanks in advance. And let's crack on out of here.
About cheating on me. You joke about it all the time.
I do. I always joke about it with your friends.
What the f did I just hear? I'm gonna need some water for real. What did I just hear?
I'm not even kidding.
Bro, no. Please, if you guys want to support these videos, like, comment. It helps us with the algorithm. Really helps to grow this channel.
I'm Paul. I'm Brian.
I'm Parisa.
I'm Troy.
How long have you guys been together?
Just over 1.5 years.
Almost 6 years now.
7 years?
No, 8.
8. Okay, 8 years. I just turned 8.
We're waiting until marriage.
My parents have kind of instilled that into me. I want to make sure I can trust the person I'm with and that he's with me for me.
Even if the topic comes up, she gets a little nervous.
We used to have in high school, but then I don't know, my body just decided that it didn't want to anymore.
I still want to but...
Which one of us has a harder time not having?
It's easy. That's me.
Yeah.
That'd be me, probably.
Yeah, that's you.
You.
Yeah.
It bugged me about myself at first because I was like, what's wrong with me? I was worried that you would maybe not be interested in me anymore, but then I realized that you loved me and that was all that really mattered.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. There's something about those two that seems off.
Yeah. What would it take for you to have sex with me before marriage? This is a good one.
You'd have to go to my parents and ask their permission.
I'll ask that today.
Oh my God.
That's gross.
She Indian?
Yeah, it's a South Asian thing. But still, listen. I don't know if she's Indian. She could be Bengali. I'm not sure. Okay, listen. I know everyone's got their marriages set up differently, but the idea of having to ask parents to, I can understand marriage.
Was she joking? Was she serious with that? I don't think she was really serious.
I'm just going based off what she said.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know if they'd be like laugh or like angry. I have no idea.
I think they'd say yes.
I think they'll say yes.
Do you fantasize about me when you...
I think this is a very straightforward question for me. I don't.
Why not?
I'm a furry, so I'm not really attracted to humans.
Did he say furry?
Did he? Put it back. Do you want to confirm?
Nope. I don't like donking perms. Yeah. The world is a very vast place. That's all I'm going to say.
So you imagine human-looking animals while you're dating? Okay.
What would you do if you caught me watching?
I'd be excited.
This guy wants to do it so bad. So bad. What you do, I would be excited. Oh, man. That's cringe.
I don't masturbate.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe it?
I just don't know how you don't.
I don't feel like turned on doing it to myself. I mean, it's different for girls. We don't have like anything to have like a with or something.
You don't have a but you got things all right. There's things happening.
Men don't have to have owners to be excited. To be clear, you can want to do it and not be hard.
Same for women.
Would you say you guys are each other's physical types? You feel pretty attracted to each other? That part of the relationship feels good?
Yeah, like I'm attracted to her. I don't know if she can say the same.
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
This is very awkward to watch. I mean, even if you're one of those people who said, like, I know a physical body's not that important for me, to hear that from your partner that they're not attracted to you, bro, you should walk away. No amount of culture and nonsense is going to get you what you need from her. You can't overcome everything.
Yeah, you look fine, like you look good, whatever, but it's not about how I feel about you. It's not about anything like that. It's just, this is on me, I guess.
He's definitely hurt by that.
Isn't it possible that you're... It's a possibility. There's no shame in the game. I mean, you just have to explore that is a possibility.
What's the craziest thing you've ever done sexually with someone other than me?
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot.
Have you ever thought about leaving me because my sex drive is too low?
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
He has.
Yes, that's...
And if he says no, I'd be very shocked.
Not really.
Hold on. It's a lie. It's confirmed. It's a lie.
Oh.
Just received the test result. It's a lie. Everything was a lie about that.
Like, it's hard not doing it. But I don't think that'd be worth leaving you for.
It's not like it's affecting us. It's not like an issue that comes up.
It's hard not doing it.
It's not like it's affecting us.
It's not like it's affecting you, but clearly he's affected. Stop it. And it's up that you can't
see it. To be in a relationship with someone, not be able to empathize with them, because he's empathizing with you. And he's tolerating it, and he's trying to fight it because he wants to be with you. The fact that you're sitting there, it's not affecting us. Ugh. There's something. Isn't that gross?
That's weird.
It is, right?
That's super weird.
The same way, like if you saw somebody that was sleeping with someone who didn't want to, that would also be gross too.
Have you ever thought about cheating on me?
I have not, though I have had an ex-boyfriend contact me and try and get me to. I've never told you that before.
That's a fun thing to learn just now.
But I immediately shot it down and deleted his number because that wasn't what I was about.
Have you ever thought about cheating on me? You joke about it all the time.
I do. I always joke about it with your friends.
What the f did I just hear?
I'm gonna need some water for real.
What did I just hear?
I'm not even kidding.
Bro,
Yo, no.
this broad is bugging. Man, I haven't been this shocked since I watched Candace Owens' video. What did I just hear? Nigga. Yo, someone in the comments try to explain it. Leave a comment at this time step and tell me if you understand what you just heard. Whoa!
I joke with it with your friends all the time? Did I hear that right?
Any of his friends that are single, I'm like, you know, I could have him if I wanted. You know, like.
And how does that make you feel? How do you like those jokes?
I think, I don't know. I think I can tolerate you. I don't know if they would.
This girl's testing him. This dude is so this dude is so whipped. She's constantly putting him down. That's gross, B. That's gross. And I'm someone who's pretty open with the relationships I have in, and I'm pretty fine with the girls I'm with, and them having jokes. But that's just straight up disrespect.
This water's good.
Yo, I could have any one of your friends if I wanted to. Okay, then go. No, I was just joking. Don't be making jokes like that. What are you talking about? You think if I was dating a girl and I saw her homegirls, I'm like, man, I could fuck all your friends.
Unacceptable.
Yo, even if you can, that's a gross thing to say to somebody.
Unacceptable.
Which of my friends? That's what I want to know. Which of my friends are you trying to cheat with?
She doesn't have too many friends, so.
Oh! The rebuttal was great, bro. Yes, you're starting to win.
Yeah.
You're starting to you're starting to grab the bull by the horns and get free. You know what, my brother? Get free.
They don't have cows. They don't have bulls in India.
And they can't touch them.
No. So.
Exactly. Yes.
You talking about the cows?
Yeah. That cow.
She does seem like a cow because she can't be touched.
Would you ever consider having an open relationship?
If it made you happy, I'd probably consider it.
Hold up. There would be something really weird about having an open relationship with somebody who doesn't want to sleep with you but wants to sleep with other people. I don't see how that would function.
It's not an open relationship. You guys are just not.
Isn't that weird? That's weird, right?
If you seriously asked me, I'd be like, no, you can go, like, we can break up and you can go have all the you want, but.
I guarantee you, if this man after this video left her and went to go start banging, she would come running. Anybody petty enough to make jokes like that about his friends would not be able to handle that kind of emotional ego blow of a man being like, oh, yeah, peace, and then going to bang. Because she has you under her thumb. The fact that you just left.
Do you think we'll always be together?
Yeah, I think at this point you're just waiting for a shiny ring.
You're stuck with me. There's no going back. Why do you love me?
We actually both don't know.
There's always the minor things, you know, like, of course, we find each other cute and things like that, but at the same time, it's just...
Those are surface level, though.
Yeah.
Like the real deep questions, nope, I don't know why. I just love her.
Why do you love me? She hasn't said it yet.
That's a great question.
I love the way your mind works. I love how thoughtful you are. I love you.
Love you too.
You put up with all of my like sass and you're so reliable and I super appreciate that.
Does not sound like someone you would describe as a friend. Ugh. You're reliable. You're someone who I can count on. You put up with me.
Oh. You know what's up? He's in a friend zone relationship. He's in a relationship, but he's in friend zone in that relationship.
Well, you have any thoughts you want to add? No? All right. Well, tell us what you guys think in the comments below. We want to hear your opinion.
And is there anything unconventional about your relationship?
I'm asexual, so we don't have sex together, and we're non-monogamous. Yeah.
What happened?
They don't bang, and they're not monogamous, so they're not sticking just to each other.
Oh, okay. Word. Okay.
It might be confusing because people think non-monogamy means you just go bang.
Yeah.
But you could just go on dates.
Yeah.
So today's video, this video went viral. Everyone was reacting to the short clip, and so we decided to play that for you guys. Now we're going to play the extended version.
I really just wanted some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best. Why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like, in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone. Straight up.
I think a lot of people had a problem with his tone. I decided to go watch the video in its entirety just to understand where he was coming from. He's doing a call-in with viewers where they call in and basically disagree with things that he said.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
I'm honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came in here because I honestly want some advice from you.
It says disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching you on live. Normally I'm asleep.
And he's like, well, this is my business, honey. Like, what are you doing? You know I'm supposed to run this to my viewers as a disagreement session. What is this? And she's like, but Samuel, like, I run my own business. He's like, well, if you run a business, then why would you insult me by not paying for my services and waste my time? But he's like, you know what? I'm going to entertain you just to be nice for today. So that's how the interview starts.
But he cheapened himself. And that's the reason of his tone.
Partially, yes. I definitely agree.
Go ahead.
Okay. From that point on, he asks her a plethora of questions. If you look at the first 10 minutes, she sounds quite goofy, and he, throughout the process, is just asking her straight up questions, right? And at one point, I think I took issue with two things that he said. He mentioned something about, like, see, this is the problem with black women. Y'all don't know how to take advice. I'm like, well, where did that come from? I didn't know.
Yeah, that was, I agree.
Yeah. So those are two times where I was like, what?
I want to know at what point when I'm just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that when I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? And I'm learning that maybe I need a high value man.
What kind of men are you dating?
I try to give guys that's not on my level a chance.
What do you mean on your level?
That's making 6 figures or more. I honestly want a 6-figure guy.
Okay, why do you need a man making 6 figures?
Because I'm finding out that the guys that I date it's not working out.
What does that have to do with money?
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too.
She feels like she can respect someone who's more ambitious and who makes more, but if they make less, therefore she looks down on them and they're less respected. It was just interesting because I'm like, do you not recognize that the way that you view the rich person and you view the poor person is the way the rich person views you? That interested me a lot. And the second, this idea that just because you make money, you're inherently ambitious is crazy to me. Like, ambition and money are not necessarily linked. You could be a lazy doctor who makes a lot of money. And you could be someone who works in leather and make only 60 grand a year and be top at your job. It varies. This link that we have between ambition and money to me is crazy. Just say that you want someone who's successful and is going to provide you a comfortable life. But it's not because someone's at their 9 to 5 and they're busting their ass off every day and they get to manager that they're somehow less ambitious than someone who runs their own business. I think we put this title on entrepreneurship and we make it sound like having a job is somehow like lesser than, or you don't have ambition, or you don't, or that ambition's always linked to cash. It's not the case. So I think we have to kind of get out of these ways of thinking, and I think we overvalue owning your own business a little bit too much. So he goes, that's why I want, and when I date men beneath my level, the problem is that they always want to get involved with my business and they want to help me run my business.
When I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business?
What value can I bring to a man?
I can help him with his business.
The other thing also she said is he gets to one point, he says, okay, well, listen, are you around people who make 6 figures or more? Do you encounter these people? Do you see them on a regular basis? Do you have any ways of meeting them? She says, no. So then how do you think you're going to meet them? He says it kindly at first.
Yeah, absolutely.
The clip that you saw is 2/3 in after she's not listening to anything that he says.
Yes.
Right? And he says to her, like, well, how are you going to meet this person?
You don't know any men on this level. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so?
Go ahead.
And you yourself have said that you look fairly average. She rated herself a 5.
What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself? 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay, so that makes you If you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
And look, it's not pleasant to say, but it's not like this man called her and be like, bitch, in case you didn't know, you ugly. He didn't.
UGLY. You ain't got no alibi. You ugly.
Right. He didn't go out of his way.
No.
She called his show.
Yeah.
She asked for advice.
And she asked for free advice.
Yes.
And she asked it to be broadcast right now.
And he says it too. At one point, he says, I don't want to do this publicly. Like, hit me up on a private session and then we can set up this payment.
So can we say that this is self-inflicted?
How do you want me to feel bad for someone who went to ask questions that they wanted answers to or claimed to, repeatedly was rude throughout the process? Like, I was really blown away when this girl was asking questions and literally, like, there's a camera, bro. And this girl pulls up her phone and starts looking at her phone and typing her phone as this man is taking time to talk to her.
Free.
Who the f raised you? You came on this show when it wasn't the right segment. You decided to waste my time asking all kinds of questions that you need help with, and then you don't even listen to the things I'm saying to you?
Free.
I'm not saying Kevin Samuel's a good coach. I'm not saying he's a great... I don't know. I don't know nothing about him.
No.
I don't know none of that. What I am saying is, from a basic manner standpoint, how does it make sense? It's like me going to a pizzeria. There's a lineup. I get in there. Then they're like, what kind of pizza would you like? I'm like, actually, I'd like a box of donuts. And they're like, we don't really make those. And they're like, but I'd like a box of donuts. And I've heard you've made great donuts in the past. So you start making the donuts. And you're like, what would you like on your donuts? And the person's just like, and there's a whole lineup of people behind. Wouldn't you think that person is trash? Right? So I'm sitting here confused, right? I'll let you go first. What did you want?
Okay.
What did you think about his the whole clip in its entirety?
He was blunt. He was straightforward. I'm biased because that's my kind of way of talking. If you ask for advice, that's a bit. I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm gonna be telling you the truth like that. So I thought he was real. At the end, he got annoyed. I understand that because when you're calling somewhere and the person is just like, I want some advice, and the person's not listening to advice or just not showing interest and not even acknowledging or listening, it's like you don't really want advice. You just want to talk and me to agree with you. No, that's not a good idea, and I give you points why it's a good idea, but you're disregarding everything I'm telling you, and you bring your points, and you're basing yourself on feelings, not on facts. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be harder for me to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, I think the general problem, like beyond this girl's like weird dating wants and his harsh advice, like I think the main thing I took away from this is that one, you shouldn't react to short clips because they don't give you the full context. When you watch this clip in its entirety, this girl really comes off as extremely goofy. Is he rude by the end? Yes. But he's annoying. But by the time he hangs up on her, she's already been not listening and staring at her phone the whole time. So, I mean, at the end of the day, just folks got to learn how to act better. It's like, to me, like, did he say certain things wrong? Yeah, sure. But I really thought she was the one who was in the wrong in this circumstance. Like,
and it's hold on. I'm gonna give him like I said before, he cheapened himself. He did something that was out of his, like, that he wouldn't normally do. He wouldn't normally, I'm not saying that it excused her, but he has sessions when he asked for payment, normal, and he disregarded all that. He didn't do it in private. It was the wrong segment. It was not the right time. He didn't ask for a payment for this. It was not some of his time, and he did all that. And when you do all that, you feel cheapened. You do feel cheapened whenever you. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. And at the end of the day, it bites you back in the ass. It makes you more irritable, but it's a bit of your fault.
Yeah. So I just thought it was interesting that everyone was getting mad at him for his tone and stuff like that. I'm like,
it's like whenever you send those pictures of yourself on Reddit with a roast me, you can't be mad if they annihilate you.
That's it. And I think you know what it feels like? It's like when your friend comes to ask you for advice, but they're not asking you for advice. They just want you to back up what they already think about themselves.
Yeah.
They want you to be their cheerleader.
But whenever
you tell them the truth and they act all like incredulous.
Yeah. Whenever I got friends like that, you as a friend, you have to. Before I was just giving advice, you have to understand what they want? Do you want to just
vent?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or do you actually want advice?
Yeah.
If you try to give advice to someone that vents, just stop.
Just stop.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah. And he says, well, why would these men want you considering all these negatives that you have? She said, well, listen, I make a lot of money and I can plant really good and can bring balance to his life. I'm planting. Nigga, like, who gives a shit?
Can't plant?
She's planting. She says she's good at planting. Like gardens. Like, and the other thing, she's like, I mean, wait, you have to understand, what men value in women isn't necessarily always what women value in men. Men traditionally don't look at women who make lots of money and think that's super hot. It's not part of the value system. Her problem is that she's expecting her from others.
Mm-hmm.
Because she likes something, she expects others to like something.
Yeah.
That is not necessarily the case, right?
That's often not the case.
Exactly.
Most often.
And that's with anything in life. It's not because you're someone who values integrity that you should expect that in everyone else.
It's not because you don't eat the lion that you can't expect the lion not to eat you.
Sure. Anything else?
Makes sense.
All right. Well, listen, we want to hear you guys' thoughts on this video. Did you guys think he went too far? Did you think she went too far? What were your thoughts on the whole thing? Leave that in the comments below.
But that's the first thing females be saying, like, bro, I don't want no broke ass nigga.
Vlogmas. What the hell is Vlogmas? I'm tired of Vlogmas. It's time for something new. It's Bossmas.
It's Bossmas Day. I don't know what day it is. I'm just gonna put it right here because I don't know. But today's gonna be a good day. Yeah, I know I best like it. Baby, the weekends are mine, and I'm not going to work on the weekends. Not working on the weekends like usual, no, at all. But today's gonna be a good day because me and Babe found a light show, or like lights, you know, you can go to the zoo and stuff, but this one is driving, so you just drive around. So we're gonna do that today, and I think we're gonna bake some cookies or cupcakes. We're gonna bake something. Show y'all my outfit, you know, itty bitty titty committee. I just want my boobs to be like this.
All right, we can get ready to go. How's it going, everybody?
No, how's it going?
You changed that for this weekend shit?
She talk too much, but I still hit. So, have you heard about the viral, the guy telling the girl that she's basic?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
No, only reason I even know what you're talking about because I just heard you listen to it.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I'm about to pull it up because I don't know his name. So the dude's name is Kevin Samuels, and apparently he's like really known for, like, on YouTube or something, being a businessman on YouTube. No shade, no tea. Not that I'm anybody, but I've never heard of him until this thing went viral. So I'm not really aware of like the other type of videos that he does. Again, no shade. Like, I've never seen or heard of him.
Parents, that's your fault for not being in the chair.
He fell?
Yeah, because he was standing just like on the edge of the seat.
So anyway, basically this post goes viral because he calls this woman basic. So I haven't seen it fully, but I kind of just wanted to bring it to Babe's attention and to y'all's and see what y'all think. And you guys will get to see our reaction because we haven't seen the full video. He don't even know about it. So
I mean, you was listening to it this morning, and I heard it to a degree. It's pretty much here's what I heard. Okay. He was asking, like, he asked her, when you wake up, how would you rate yourself? I believe she said a 5, and then she said, if once I get like dressed and stuff, and I'm a 6 or something like that. And then he said that you can't expect to be with a millionaire looking like a 5, pretty much.
You feel that way?
No, here's what I'm gonna say. I believe a millionaire is not gonna go for somebody who's a 5. That's the reality, and I mean, if you would say that, either the person just didn't care. This is just how people are, and you would kind of be lying to yourself if you didn't feel that way.
Right.
A dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Damn.
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so? What?
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one of you lies. No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face, when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size?
I'm sorry?
Your dress size?
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So,
did you, I mean, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest.
Breathe and digest.
You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
Say what? I really just wanted some advice. I love you.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay. Average looking women. Average looking woman who's older. Average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son. Average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one. And you're making, I mean, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut you a chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money. It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids. And you're average.
Okay, so see, that's why I said I didn't watch all that.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Okay, so first of all, he was really rude about it. But again, I have not seen his videos to say like that's his personality. I'm going to assume that that's probably his personality. The other thing is, was he not gay?
See, with the comments, somebody comments was like, look at the comment. Go back to the video.
Honestly, I think Kevin Samuels is looking for a high value man for himself.
See?
There, I said it. Yeah, because that's kind of what I got from him. Again, no shade, but that was just my first initial reaction from seeing him. This is the first time that I've seen this man, okay? It's the first time I've seen this man.
I mean, here's what I feel about what he said.
Yeah, but I want to know from a man's perspective.
I know. What I'm going to say is that, I mean, he kind of wasn't lying. Like, I guess she's talking about, like,
I think she said at the beginning she wanted a man that was bringing in 6 figures.
So that doesn't even have to be like that can be, I mean, you can be doing anything, but yeah, I mean, what he said was important. At that point, the man's not looking for a woman. Like, money is probably not the most important thing he's looking at that point.
Okay.
Because he's fine. He's more looking about how you look.
I think that he was very blunt, but his bluntness wasn't as blunt as he thought it was. It actually was kind of rude. So I think overall, in conclusion, when when women are looking for men, yeah, they're looking at how they look, but they're looking at their pockets. Opposed to men, they're not looking at your pockets. A man is not looking at how much you bring to the table. A man could care less. However, they want to look at your face.
I would say,
titties.
Okay, I would say this: a man, especially what they was describing in that, like a man who's like rich as hell, they definitely ain't looking. They only looking at how you looking, like how you look, and like he said, I mean, I can speak for myself. I'm not going if I'm like. Say I was younger, I'm not looking for no 35-year-old lady with a 13-year-old son. That's not what I would be looking for. So I would agree on that, because anybody I know, guys wise, they would say the same thing. I mean, unless she would have to look amazing or something, like, I don't know, like. Yeah, but I think in that situation, it was like the way he was saying it.
Yeah, I think it was the way he was saying it. Like, I mean, and again, I haven't watched his video, so maybe he is this blunt, and she sounded like she, like, loved his show.
Yeah,
She's
she was
watched
cool.
the show prior to this, so it's like, if this is how he is, I mean, sis, you called, and you know how he is. Like, you know how his temper is, you know how he responds to certain things, this, that, and the third. Like, you know how blunt he is. Maybe you love his bluntness, this, that, and the third. So, I don't know. I couldn't tell if she was offended.
She didn't look offended. She looked normal.
I mean, she just looked kind of, I mean, when she picked up her phone, I was like, maybe she's annoyed.
I wasn't even looking at, when I was looking at her, she looked just like normal.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I mean,
I feel like he wasn't necessarily lying. Like, if you really look at all the millionaires, billionaires, people that are making high 6 figs, the men that are making high 6 figs, and you look at the person that's on their arm,
especially like they were saying, like a 40-something-year-old man making that money, he's going for a 20-year-old, or they're in their younger 30s or minimum.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's as crazy as that sounds, that's what it is.
I don't even think it was so much like the kid and all that stuff. I think it was just more so like but you're average, and you rated yourself as being average. Like, that's not even what I rated you as. Although he kept saying, don't make me go there.
But he started out, he was like, you can't say a 7.
Well, because, you know, that's what people say all the time. Like, they lean towards 7. So, I don't know. I feel like he wasn't lying. It was just the way that he did it. This is the reason why it went viral. Because, to be honest, probably nobody knows who the fuck he is.
He was mean, man.
But I'm saying, like, nobody knows who he is, so the initial reaction to everybody else was like, damn, this nigga's rude as fuck. When in all actuality, I mean, he has a decent following. He has like 100-something subscribers, 100,000 something subscribers. But it's like, to people that have not, like, that don't watch him, it's like, damn, nigga, you're rude as fuck. And then that's probably why it went viral, because it's like, you know, like,
if y'all know who, if y'all know who Deion Sanders is, that's who they talk the same. Like, Deion Sanders is very blunt, and he don't care, and he'll tell you whatever. He sound like that, but like.
But also, I was just kind of confused because I thought the man was gay.
See, I really wasn't even looking at him. He was going by how he looked or how he was talking.
Both. How he looked, how he was talking, the fact that his legs were crossed, but he kept saying he kept putting himself in that. Oh, I said his legs were crossed. They weren't crossed, but you see it in that picture.
Look at him. I don't know if y'all can see that.
I might have to just put it on the screen. In that picture,
I don't know. I mean, no, it's not. I don't know. He was right. We're not gonna sit here and say he was like making that up.
Yeah,
that is a legit thing.
It was definitely some real shit.
Unfortunately for women, if y'all don't agree with that, then you just lying to yourself.
And so as a woman, I'm not saying that like, oh, that's right or wrong.
Right.
You're entitled to your opinion, baby. So at the end of the day, that is what it is. But I think he was just coming from a man's perspective of saying like, look, like, you know, even if you are just some average Joe type shit, like, let's be real. Omar, when you first started dating, what did you think? Were you looking at the way I looked?
Yeah, I looked at the way you looked. I had no idea about money, or I wouldn't even known that. Like,
and probably honestly wouldn't have really cared.
Right. I literally went off of how you looked.
How
like,
I looked.
That's the number one. That's anybody, guy.
That's a guy. That's a guy's perspective. Like, that's how they think. And then, like, and I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong. Like, I'm not gonna put my opinion out there because honestly, I don't have one. Like, you're entitled to, you know, whoever. But I think that's why a lot of women begin to. Women are already insecure about different things anyway. I'm pretty sure men are too. Would you say that? Do you guys talk about y'all's insecurities with each other?
Nah, probably not as much. Yeah.
But I feel like before, I think that women already have insecurities in general, just because in general, and then on top of that, because that's what men like men like this, that, and the third. Men like for their women to look bad as fuck. Men like men like the fat asses. Men like nice sized titties that aren't saggy. Men like, for the bitch to be bad. You know what I'm saying? And then that's why I feel like women start to get alterations. You have, the Instagram baddies. You have people that are portraying different lifestyles. We're not gonna get into all that. But it's because of what men like. So when he was saying like you're not even in the same crowd, basically, like you don't even know where to find the type of man you're looking for, it's like if that's the type of man that you want, like you gonna have to be ready to hold up that whole type of persona. Like you gonna have to be bad as fuck on social media, and you gonna have to take cute pictures, and you said your body was banging, so you gonna have to show that shit. And you know what I'm saying, like you're gonna have to live that lifestyle. Like everybody's lifestyle is different, and if that's the type of man you want, like you can be a broke ass bitch and be cold as fuck and get a man.
Sure, yeah, right, exactly.
So I'm not saying I agree or I disagree. I guess what I'm saying is men think that way in the story.
Yeah, but I would say, as for any men out there, you can't say he was lying.
But what do you guys think? Was he lying? Like, I don't know. I thought that was interesting, and I didn't get a chance to. I couldn't find a video, so I was like,
yeah, I haven't heard too many guys say, "Oh, I'm not about to mess with her because she broke as hell."
yeah.
Like, that's not the first thing.
But that's the first thing females be saying, like, bro, I don't want no broke ass nigga.
No, I've never heard that from a guy.
But guys don't be saying that.
Not initially. Like, maybe after they meet him, or maybe, but it's either.
But if she cold, a nigga don't care.
But initially, like, is she looks nice. She look good. Well, you know what I'm saying?
As long as she look good on his shoulder. So, again, like, you talking about bringing money to the table, you, at this point, you want to date a bitch. Because that's what a female is worried about, the money part. A guy not worried about that. So, my advice would be, not that you're watching, but if you want a man like that, be prepared to change your lifestyle. And that's just that on that. So, we're about to make some cupcakes in this beach, okay? And now,
Make these cupcakes.
you're not even making them. You're sitting on your ass. So, I got some confetti. Alright? Let me tell you, babe said he's never seen nothing like this. But instead of using the cupcake papers, you put them in an ice cream cone, like a cake cone. Go crazy. And if you don't believe me, it's right there on that box. Babe, what you doing? You supposed to be helping. No, you're not. You're getting the TV set up with your phone? Oh, okay. Dang, I didn't know this was strawberry confetti cake. I just thought it was pink.
So you know when to start.
You got stirred more than that.
I know.
No, you didn't. You was about to put it up.
No, I was just doing.
I was just doing there.
Why you hitting me?
You're on camera.
Your other arm hit me in my back.
Babe, look how they turned out.
And I slopped over.
Oh no. Bon appetit.
What's up, y'all? So we about to go see the Christmas lights. She over here working. So yeah, we about to go. It's like I think 20 minutes away from here. We're gonna drive. It's like a 2-mile little drive with the little Christmas lights. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna come back and chill and cook some dinner. Got anything to say? She over here working.
Alright, you guys, so tell me I did not snap. I snapped. Yes. So if you guys are looking for a logo and you need help branding, I give you everything branding. This is no longer, well, it really wasn't a graphic design business, but I am within my graphic design section of the business. I was only offering graphics, but now it's a whole brand. It's the brand for me. So you're gonna get a logo. If you possibly want to buy these 2 logos, you know, you can if you want to. You want to use it as an alternate logo, but this is kind of just like an example. I'm going to give you brand inspo of how you can brand. We also provide different like Instagram graphics if you're interested in that. I'm going to give you the color palettes, the codes, the different type of textures you can use. These are metallic, if you guys can't tell. It's metallic rose gold, metallic gold, the different types of fonts. Baby, yes, I did that. Tell me I did that. I did. So anyway, I'm just making sure everything is sent off before I go, because you know, at the end of the day, it's Bossmas. Like, Vlogmas is cool, but it's Bossmas over here. We're still doing boss things, okay? Period. The lights were super cute, super safe, you know, with COVID going around. But now we're about to go in the grocery store and go get some broccoli. 'Cause I don't have no vegetables at home. Okay, you guys, so we just got done eating. Y'all already know which sis ate. Comment down below if you know what I ate, because it's my go-to. Okay? What you eat, baby?
Pork chops, macaroni and cheese, and broccoli.
Macaroni and cheese and broccoli. So, we're about to go to bed. Anything to say?
No, I'm just about to go to bed, just chilling.
I'm about to go to bed. I love you, baby.
Love you too.
Anyway, you guys, thank you guys so much for tuning into the vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you in tomorrow's Bossness. Period.
Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be unperturbable. Coach Corey Wayne versus a pickup artist. So I've got an email here from a guy. He's been following me since 2015, about 6 years, I guess, at this particular point. And he had gone out on a first date that went well with this woman he liked, and he had hired a dating coach or a guy that's a pickup artist. And so the guy gave him some information that conflicted what he's obviously learned from the coach and 3% Man. And it didn't feel right. It seemed a little odd what he was being told. And so he went with what he learned from me. And he successfully seduced her on the second date. So he goes kind of into detail the exchanges he was having with this woman, because it wasn't easy to make the second date because she was in and out of town, and then she kind of left him hanging, didn't reply right away. And what I like about the email is that you really see how, because you understand women are always trolling men to test them. They want to see, do you just lose it when you don't, or they don't reply right away, or they don't do what they say they're going to do. I did a video, I think it was last week, called Loving Indifference. It was based on an Edgar Cayce quote. And it just totally lined up with a Thich Nhat Hanh quote of, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. And so the idea is loving indifference. It's like, you're cool either way. If you're driving the fun bus and you're making multiple stops and picking up fun people, cute girls to hop on the fun bus, if somebody doesn't want to get on or they want to get off, it's like, hey, no problem. Maybe they get on down the road at a different stop. Either way, you've decided ahead of time that you're going to be happy, you're going to be calm, you're going to be relaxed, and you're going to be excited to see what shows up next. And so this is really important, because a lot of guys, things go sideways. They have a good first date, the woman doesn't reply right away, or she's got something going on with her schedule, and because they're insecure and they're trying to force things, they get upset that things don't go the way they want to. And they're like, hey, why haven't you replied? Hello, is anybody there? And so they start sending multiple texts and they get upset. And so they communicate that they're totally perturbed. And then the women just never reply after that. And it makes it really easy to weed out the betas from the alphas, the undesirable men from the desirable men who have their shit together. And so you can see just things could have gone either way with this. And so the guy did the right thing and obviously got the right results, because as I say all the time, even if you think I'm full of crap, if you apply what you learn in 3% Man, Mastering Yourself, Quotes, Ruminations, and Contemplations, my third book, you're going to get great results. You're going to improve the results you were getting on your own. So with that said, I got a quote that I wrote, and then we'll go through his email. The quote says, being calm and remaining calm when you don't feel like it is a masculine superpower. It's the height of having and maintaining emotional self-control. Women love men who are in control of themselves and not easily rattled. This makes it feel safe and comfortable for women to experience the depth of their emotions with the blanket of safety that men have the potential to provide. Loving indifference makes the difference. To love women however they show up, as long as they are being respectful towards men and their healthy boundaries. To love in such a way that they still feel free to come and go and be who they really are. Something to always remember, and the way I look at it, and it's a masculine way to look at it, it's like whether it's your mother, your female coworkers, your friends, your girlfriend, your wife, your friends' kids, women that are with you as a man are also under your protection. And it's your job as a man to provide a blanket of safety so they can express and be who they really are. It doesn't mean that it's okay for them to be a lunatic, but it just means that you make it safe for them. Because when they feel safe around you, they feel safe to be submissive, to be vulnerable, to be extremely feminine. And if they don't feel safe around you, then they're going to avoid you. They're going to move into their masculine because they don't feel safe. So let's go through his email. He says, "Hi, Coach. Big fan. Wanted to tell you of a recent experience I had with a woman that resulted in success after listening to your advice over a pickup artist. I might not always be right, but I'm never wrong. I say it all the time. I always break people's balls about it. If you watched any of the health series that I did with Chunky and Gracie, I'm pretty much right 100% of the time, even though it's frustrating, especially for Gracie, me being right. Because one of her core values when we went through her list of things that are most important to her is that she likes to be right. And obviously the coach is pretty much always right, so it's fun. It's fun to troll each other. But if you guys are into health and the things I talk about in mastering yourself, I took them through the 30-day challenge, which is the smoothies, the green juice, the nuts, the salts, the way I eat, the diet. And you can see they both look great. They both had problems with acne and skin problems, and they cleared up dramatically when they were following the protocol. And they felt better, and they looked better, and they admitted it. Begrudgingly, in Gracie's case, but I'm used to being right, so. But it's a cool series if you're into health. I know most people kind of, you can look at the view count on those things. Anytime I talk about health or other things, other dating relationships, people are like, they just don't care. Which is sad, but it's just a sad reality of society. People just don't want to work out. They don't want to take care of themselves, even when it feels better. Like I have the same struggle with my own family. Trying to get my dad to continually juice. He's just lazy. Doesn't do it. He feels better. He comes over to my house. First thing he does when he comes over is go straight for the fridge to get some green juice. But he won't make it for himself. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled email. I've been listening to you since 2015 and listen to your book regularly. And since I've had a lot more success with women, I'm fairly introverted. So I wanted to get better at flirting, bantering, and escalating. I paid for a dating coach, and some of his advice has contradicted yours. I went on a first date with a woman a few weeks ago, and it ended in a few makeout sessions. She texted me after saying she had a great time, and a few days later she texted me again saying, "What are you waiting for?" Obviously she really liked you. That's a good sign. She's bothered that she wasn't hearing from you. And if she wasn't bothered, it would have meant she didn't care. But the fact that she's like, "What are you waiting on? Let's go. Let's do something. Let's make something happen." That's good. This is what you want to see. I asked for and so he's thinking, "Hey, everything's looking great." He says, "I asked for a second date, but she said she was going out of town and maybe Sunday if I'm not wiped." So when you refer to 3% man and you try to make a date and you get a maybe date, you don't take the maybe date because you're busy. Your time's valuable. And she's going, yeah, maybe I'll hang out with you. If she's like, then you're going to be like, definite plans or withdraw the offer. And she had another trip the following Wednesday. I said I was busy Sunday because he said no maybe dates, but I could do it on Tuesday. Otherwise, we can wait until after her trip, which shows that he's in no rush. Like Rumi said, slow and steady like the river that never grows stale. No hurry, no rush. Loving indifference. Either way, he's cool, he's happy, like I talked about the fun bus analogy. Maybe she'll meet us later on down the road at another bus stop. The right people will get on at the right times. She didn't respond to my text, and instead, so she left him hanging on purpose, obviously, because she's used to doing this with guys, because this is usually, when they do that, they just don't respond right away. That's usually when the betas lose their shit and freak out and start sending multiple texts and getting angry and upset, and they blow it because they're perturbed. You have to be unperturbable. That's loving indifference. You're cool either way. Instead of getting butthurt or chasing, I sat back and didn't text her, as I knew this was probably a test of her strength, and ignoring me was rude, so why chase? Remember, hang out, have fun, and hook up. The hangout part of this, it means a definite date. So she wasn't willing to make a definite date. She never responded, so you do nothing. Because dating is tennis. The other person's got to hit back over the net. She didn't hit it over the net. And if you have abundance, if you have plenty of other choices and options, and you just simply understand what's in the sweet little blue book, you're not perturbed. You're not worried. Because it all works out in the end. Besides, you want to be with a girl who really likes you and really wants to be with you and makes the effort. And there's also a chance, you never know, there's another dude in the background, an ex-boyfriend, a guy she liked more. Who knows? The following week, she texted, "I really did want to see you again," with an exclamation point. So remember, she's saying she's on a trip. It's kind of like, hey, go have fun. I only went out on one date with this girl anyways. And he said, "I know, I could tell by our kiss. We can hang out again after your trip." I told the pickup artist all this, as she seemed to be uncertain about me, and he thought I was being too logical, sticking to logistics, and his advice was to text her a picture of a rooftop view that Saturday and say, "I have a better weekend view than you," and tease a little after that, and then leave her last text on read and wait until the following week to go full assault and ask her out. So I understand why the pickup artist is telling him to send a picture, because you're trying to paint an image of how much fun it's going to be with you. And the reality is, girls just want to have fun. I did a video titled that years ago called "Girls Just Want to Have Fun." And so the pickup artist is saying, hey, you paint the picture of how much fun we could be having together. But the reality is, he's trying to make a date. She's out of town anyways. She's not real cooperative. And it's a man's job to be direct, decisive, and get to the point, not just leave it up in the air. Because when you just leave it up in the air, you're in essence letting her take control of the fun bus and drive. And women don't want to drive. They don't want to be in control. They want you to be in control, no matter what they do. You don't just give them control of the bus, because then it goes down the ravine, which is not good. So he says, this advice seemed weird, because if she was just seeking attention, why give it to her? I mean, at the end of the day, she's out of town anyways. So why send... Because to me, sending a picture of, hey, my weekend view is better is kind of... It's almost like seeking her approval. Hey, you should be with me. You made a bad choice. As opposed to, So it's how, when you look at texts, like how big are your texts versus hers? If you write these long texts and you get 1 or 2 word answers or 1 line back, you're investing more energy than the other person is. You want to match and mirror that. He says, instead, I waited until Monday and asked her out. She said yes to the second date, because again, she's out of town anyway, so nothing's going to happen. And the second date ended in sex. Who knows if listening to the pickup artist would have caused rejection, but staying with the Corey program proved successful even when the girl was testing and wishy-washy. That's why when they're wishy-washy, it's loving indifference. You're not bothered either way. You know she's out of town. You're trying to make a date, and she's kind of leaving it up in the air. So you just get back to her later when you know she's in town. Try to make a definite date then. Because if you're in sales, that's what all good salesmen are taught. You got to get the prospect in front of you so you can sell them face to face. You can't do it over the phone or the internet. They're buying a car or something, or a boat, something they got to physically touch or sit in or test drive or come down and fill out paperwork for. You got to get them face to face. And that's why he knows she can't get face to face for a week anyways. So why put all this extra Because the other thing you gotta look at is she's leaving him hanging. She didn't reply for like, I think it was a week. So she's not in a rush. Why should you be in a rush? She's not making you a priority. Why should you make her a priority? Why should you send her a picture of where you want to take her, where you want her to be if she's not reciprocating? You got to match and mirror the woman's actions. So if you got a question or a challenge in your personal or your professional life, you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.